It's 33 degrees in Jacksonville, 20 degrees in Canterbury, 15 in Kirkandrews upon Eden. Key, where is Kirkandrews upon Eden?
It's near Eden.
Which is?
Somewhere in the Bible. I don't know.
No, fantastic. There we go. Fantastic. Cumbria. Did I Google it? Yes, I did. Okay. This is Teal Talk, the official Jacksonville Jaguars UK and Ireland podcast, presented by Gallagher. I'm Jay Lawrence, still no relation. He's Key Ramsorrun. Key, how's it going?
Very well, thank you, Jay. Lots of exciting things to talk about today.
Yeah, especially because since we last spoke, there has been a certain thing that has been clarified, a certain thing that has been revealed, and this probably is going to be the earliest possible preview of a specific NFL game in history. Yeah. LA Rams at the Jacksonville Jaguars, Wembley Stadium, 2:30, 19th of October, 2025. We'll get into that in a minute, Key. And in fact, you know, that's not even necessarily the headline of this whole podcast, because our very special guest on this podcast, Foye Oluokun, he joins us from Jacksonville. We talked to Darron as well, the UK Jags fan who went with Jamie. You remember Jamie, our international fan of the year?
Certainly.
To Green Bay for the draft. So Darron may be the luckiest Jags fan in the UK. Yeah. He's going to tell us about the bits that no doubtly Jamie forgot to tell us, because there was just so much the last time we spoke to him, and so much news in Duval dispatches, including summer activities in the UK. So basically, if you're a Jags fan in the UK, in Ireland, this is a bumper edition specifically for UK and Irish fans. Jam-packed,
Jay. That's what I'm saying. This is a good one.
Jam-packed. Should we start with the thing that we're looking forward to?
Yeah, let's
go
deep on it immediately, please.
We know now who, we know when. It's the team with so many connections to our new regime here at the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's going to be the LA Rams that the Jags are facing at Wembley Stadium. Tell me, Key, your reaction as soon as you heard it was going to be the Rams.
I like this a lot. Do you know what? You could have said any of the teams in the NFL and I would have gone, I like this, because it means I get to go and watch the Jags play at Wembley again. But I particularly like... We've got new people coming into the organization. They have connections with the LA Rams. And when LA Rams came up, I thought, this is good. This is like almost like some sort of fate connection. And I like that. I think there's going to be a lot of interesting things happening around the time. Not even to mention, I think it's going to be a great matchup. I like all of the connections that are happening.
Yeah, I mean, the easiest thing to say is, what's the phrase? Is it like... teacher versus pupil, or like, master versus...
the student becomes the master and the master becomes the student. Yeah,
that's it. And that's what could potentially happen in October, because obviously, as I mentioned earlier, there are connections here. New Jags head coach, his first job in the NFL. Sean McVay from the LA Rams, he gave him that job, over in California. James Gladstone, of course, his first job in the NFL was from Les Snead, the general manager of the LA Rams. And, obviously, James Gladstone, the Jags' new GM, literally just moved from LA a matter of weeks ago, and in just a matter of months they're going to be facing the LA Rams. So this is really a case of, can the Jags get one over on the Rams? Can Liam Cohen get James Gladstone get one over on the Rams, off the bat, essentially, because it's really early in the season as well.
Oh yeah, so this is the one. I think it's a really good test, and I think on paper, can they get one over? Absolutely, they can get one over. I think, it's either way, it's going to be an excellent day, and it will be nice to see the handshakes at the end of the game and see who comes out on top. Yeah.
I mean, if you want to add drama, you look for who doesn't give them the handshakes. Oh. You know what I mean?
Would you be one of those that goes in and with the old?
Just avoiding the handshake. Everyone's on good terms, aren't they? So I don't think that's going to be happening in any way. But the Rams are, I think on the face of it, they are Super Bowl contenders. So it is really going to be a brilliant test for the Jacksonville Jaguars. See where they're at early on in the season. New regime, new players, obviously new head coach, new coordinators, of course. You just need to look at the Rams. Just look at their wide receiver unit right now. Just the top two receivers, along with Matt Stafford under center, of course. You've got Puka Nacua, who's been sensational over his first couple of years in the NFL. A man called Devontae Adams, that you probably have heard of as well, Key, is now with the LA Rams, up against Tyson Campbell, Jarrion Jones, Jordan Lewis, and maybe Travis Hunter. Travis Hunter.
I love that.
I mean, if he is playing quarterback, what a test that is.
Travis,
early on
you're back in, Travis.
You're back in again. Do you know what, Travis? He's just going to be playing every snap on this game because it's going to be a tough one.
Do you know what, Jay? I'm glad you mentioned Tyson Campbell because OTAs this week, obviously, a lot of talk about Tyson Campbell, and I liked hearing Liam Cohen saying this could be his breakout year. I thought that's excellent this early on to be saying that sort of thing. How well is Tyson Campbell playing right now in OTAs, man?
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to see your head coach say something like that, isn't it? And it's interesting as well because this is OTAs. This is really like basically as early as you can get in the off season. So you're really trying to make an impression for your new head coach, aren't you? So Tyson Campbell will be feeling good about that. But he's a confident guy. He's never going to be feeling like he wouldn't be having a good season. But we want to hear that. We want to hear that, especially
after a tricky
defensive backs.
Yes, especially after a tricky season with injury as well. I loved hearing that for him. That was great.
I think this game, the Rams, the Jags, I don't know if I'm biased, but this is like one of the best Wembley games, I think. Or one of the best NFL games, international NFL games for a while, in my opinion. This is, there's so many NFL games that are international this year, all around the globe, which is, amazing. But this, I've just got a feeling this is going to be one of the standout games. Even looking, I mentioned a couple wide receivers there for the LA Rams, but let's not forget now that, Travis Hunter joining Brian Thomas Jr., those two players for the Jags.
Oh my goodness.
Compared to 12 months ago, genuinely, I do believe this, the pull, the excitement, the fever from not only Jags fans, but from just NFL fans in general that are going to be going to that game, I think is going to be something else just because of those two. I mean, I'm not even counting Trevor Lawrence in this conversation, just Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. There's going to be so many eyes on just those two players at Wembley.
Yeah. Now, isn't that interesting that you've said that because I'm actually going to say the same thing about Brian Thomas Jr., that he's gone under the radar since Travis Hunter came.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, yes, I'm going to mention him. Of course, I'm going to mention him.
I mean, look, can we honestly say that, considering that I think that about 75% of every single podcast, we just talk about Brian Thomas Jr. and how good he is.
Of our podcast, yes, absolutely. But generally speaking, actually, since Travis Hunter joined the organisation, Brian Thomas Jr. has flown under the radar a bit. And this week at OTAs, everyone's talking about Travis. Fewer and fewer people are talking about Brian Thomas Jr. And I'm like, I reckon Brian Thomas Jr. probably quite enjoys that. But you're absolutely right. The pull, and it's such a good move by James Gladstone because people are talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars. And in the UK, people are excited to go and see that game. That's the game that everyone's talking about. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah, I genuinely believe that like the excitement is going to be, in London at Wembley Stadium that day is going to be off the scale. I mean, it always is, but I think in this particular game, it's going to be off the scale. Yeah. And again, we're biased. We're excited no matter who's playing. But yeah, it just makes me very excited to see them, come this October. Now, tickets on general sale this Friday, the 30th of May. So that's 9 a.m. All right?
Yeah.
Jaguars.co.uk.
I have my alarm set.
But tickets are on sale now to Union Jacks members. There's a link on jaguars.co.uk homepage that will allow you to get access as a member. And as I say, general sale starts on Friday, May 30th. You can get your tickets now to see that Jags-Rams game at Wembley Stadium. So you don't need to wait. If you're a Union Jacks member, you do not need to wait. You can get your tickets.
And I'd suggest do it because that is going to sell quick.
Yeah, I'm just hyped, man. I'm just really hyped.
Yeah, man.
I just feel like we could talk about this for the whole episode, to be honest with you. I just think it's going to be a real great test to see where the Jags are at.
Now,
early on
Jay,
in the
talking
season.
about a great test, right?
Yeah,
And talking
let's
about
go.
a great test early on, Monday Night Football, Kansas City Chiefs,
Ooh.
early October. Dude, talk about a test.
I mean, actually, it's really exciting because you can look at these in two different ways, and I tend to always see it as like a positive thing, which is, it's tough to have some, really difficult, matchups early on in the season, because what happens if you are on a losing record? Confidence wanes, and then what happens later on in the season? You're almost coming back. You want to try and get a winning record early, but I come at it kind of different, which is, look, this is tough. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I was just saying that the LA Rams is one of the toughest games. I do believe that, but obviously the Chiefs that they've won multiple Super Bowls over the last few years for a reason. But if you are able to get a victory against the Kansas City Chiefs, Monday Night Football, do you know who's going to be standing up and talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars?
Literally everyone in the country.
Literally everyone.
Everyone across the world. Every NFL fan will be talking about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what, Jay? I completely agree with you. I'm going to throw something else in there.
Mm-hmm.
Monday Night Football against the Cincinnati Bengals a couple of seasons ago is where I think the slump started, right? I think it's going to be so interesting to see what this team looks like, regardless of win or loss. I think it's going to be interesting to see how they handle being under the microscope, the eyes of the world on them for Monday Night Football. That I'm more interested in than the actual W or L. I think how will we handle it is more important, because we've been watching the draft, we've been watching OTAs. This team, this franchise feels different and looks different, and I'm excited to see what we do on that Monday Night Football game.
Yeah, but at the same time, I don't want to come at it and be like, it's early in the regime, it's just about improvement or whatever, because I don't think that there's one player, on the roster. Yeah. I don't think that there's, any coach that is going to be satisfied with mild improvement, No,
of course not. But I think the attitude is a big part of it.
Attitude is absolutely a big part of it, but I kind of think that is a that should be a prerequisite. That should be a baseline thing for any NFL team. To be honest with you, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's easy when you've had difficult seasons, but when you are early on in the season, especially, you need to keep that attitude right. When you've got a new head coach, when you've got new coordinators as well. And, at the same time, you need to, and every NFL player knows this as well, it's not a case of, oh, well, I was good 2 seasons ago or good 3 seasons. No, it's what have you done for me lately? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like you need to have every
Eddie.
Single. Sorry?
It's an old Eddie Murphy bit. What have you done for me lately? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's excellent.
Well, it's true though. I mean, in the NFL, every player knows that. Every coach that knows that is that you can only ride on reputation so much. And I'm not saying obviously that any Jags player is doing this whatsoever, but it's a whole holistic thing. It's how you are on the field, how you are off the field. It's how you are on the sideline as well, what you bring to the table. And I think earlier on this season, I think we're going to see a good attitude. I don't have any doubt about that, Key. I don't have any doubt about that.
In the house. I love it, dude.
Yeah. I just think that it's exciting. I love the off season. I think there's a lot of people I think that look at the off season as, there's obviously no NFL action and we can yearn for it. We can look forward to it. We can be excited to see, our teams on the field. But at the same time, I think it's great to give ourselves perspective. It's great to look at it from a long point of view, to be able to think, right, okay, what can we do better? Because there is time. We do, it's not like the Premier League season, or it's not like, football where literally, or even baseball or basketball, where there's just so many games, like, all the time.
There is this long off season. Keep going.
Sorry?
Name all of the sports.
All the sports. Or tennis. Oh, it's true, actually, tennis. But,
yeah.
I think that there's a with the NFL, you have the long off season, which you are able to look and be like, right, how do I want to be? What do I want our team to be like? And also, let's be hopeful. I call it like hope season, because everyone is able to be hopeful in the off season. No matter who you support, everyone still has the same chance of winning the Super Bowl. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. This hope season, I have to say, feels more hopeful than for a good few years, I have to say. It feels good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, so what else has happened over the last few weeks? Well, Gabe Davis, the Jags wide receiver, the former Jags wide receiver now, I suppose, he has been cut since we last had a conversation, Key. Patrick Murtaugh, the Australian, who was on the IPP program, who was on the podcast about a year ago, actually, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He's no longer with the team. Current tight ends, Brenton Strange, Johnny Munt, Hunter Long, Sean Bowman. I mean, it was always going to be tough, I think, for him to come back from two really difficult injuries. But I have I got a lot of hope that hopefully he can make it in the league, somewhere else.
Yeah, I wish Pat all the best, 100%. But let's be honest, that tight end room is deep.
Yeah,
like that's going to be interesting to watch this season.
Lewis Rees-Zammit staying with the team. So yeah, hopefully we can have a conversation with him maybe before the season starts. So yeah, it's been a busy few weeks in all things Jags, hasn't it? Obviously, we spoke a lot about Travis Hunter as well in the last podcast. Our shock, our excitement, etc., etc. He's like all over the news though, like all over the NFL news. Yeah, you just need to just turn on like any NFL like programming, and they're talking about Travis Hunter and what he's been doing. There was the story about him sitting next to the woman on the plane. You saw this, I presume, Key, and the lady was confused why loads of people were coming up and asking him for a photo. And in the end, she was like, "Oh, I'm going to go get a Travis Hunter Jags jersey now." There's
that's how a franchise grows, right? Is things like this. That's why I think James Gladstone's an absolute genius.
but also, we've all been in that situation. I genuinely believe we've all been in that situation where you're like, that person's famous. I just don't know why. Yeah. Loads of people are going up to that person and asking for a photo. I just don't know why.
I get it all the time, Jay, and I'm like, it's me, Key, off of Teal Talk.
The podcast where nobody knows your face. Well, apart from if you watch it on YouTube, by the way, like and subscribe. He was also surprising a kid the other day. I saw this video where he was walking in a neighborhood. I presume he was in Florida. He was just walking in a neighborhood, and there was this kid that was just, practicing football. Yeah. And he was like, he just introduced him. He said hello, and he turned around, and he immediately knew who Travis Hunter was. And I know he's a big name in college, but I just think that really just provides really is a good example of like his star power already when he's just gone into the league. Do you know what I mean?
So imagine you go into the league and you're on the same team as Brian Thomas Jr., who was like top 5 in most areas for as a wide receiver last season, and everyone's talking about you, and fewer people are talking about Brian Thomas Jr. That is the power of this guy. Also, Jay, did you hear what Jeff Lagerman had to say about him?
No, go. What did he say?
So Jeff Lagerman has been on the radio for the Jags for 5,000 years, knows the team like as good as anyone knows the team, working in the NFL 30 plus years, I think it is, something like that. Jeff Lagerman said Travis Hunter is probably the best athlete he's ever encountered in his long career.
Wow.
Imagine that. Wow.
That is it's a crazy sentence, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a crazy sentence. And that's why everyone's excited to see him. Everyone's excited to see him out on the field, Congratulations to him as well, because he is now married. Hey, yes. Congratulations.
Yes.
He married his fiancée in Tennessee a month after becoming the number 2 overall pick in the 2025 NFL draft. So big month for Travis.
Yes. Did you see the wedding present that he got?
No, what did he get?
His new wife. It was a really expensive Mercedes. And it made me think, I want to get in there with Travis.
You want to marry Travis? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. I'll tell you what, Key. Let's hear from Foye Oluokun in a moment. But first, breaking news this morning is that the event formerly known as the Player Tour is back. A very different format this time around, though, Key. Jaguars on the Prowl, presented by Experience Kissimmee, will be coming to London at the end of June with an event planned. So it's Saturday, the 21st of June at Trailfinders Sports Club in Ealing. kids playing jag tag with players on the field, QB challenge, barbecues, ice cream, face painting, music, autographs, something for the whole family to enjoy. I mean, look, it is always amazing when Jags players come over, isn't it, Key?
Absolutely. Like the things that we do for the fans in the UK and Ireland is absolutely superb. Second to none. I'm going to say it. It's second to none. And the exposure that they get to the players is fantastic. And as a fan, this is something that I'm looking forward to doing. Like, yeah, actually can't wait, man. Can't wait.
Key?
Yes.
Would you like to exclusively reveal 2 of the players that have been confirmed so far to go to Jaguars on the Prowl?
I would love to exclusively announce that Foye Oluokun and Louis Rees-Zammit are coming over to spend some time with us, which I am incredibly excited about.
It's going to be amazing. One more player is going to be coming as well that will be confirmed, but I mean, Foye Oluokun, Louis Rees-Zammit, I mean, it's just going to be a fun day, isn't it? I mean, a fun day speaking to star linebacker and Louis Rees-Zammit, who represents the UK so well, doesn't he? Over in Jacksonville. And it's such a nice guy. He's appeared on Teal Talk multiple times, hasn't he? So it'll be good to get Foye Oluokun. We'll speak to him in a moment, of course, and Louis Rees-Zammit, both of them coming over to London on the 21st of June, as I say, at Trailfinders Sports Club in Ealing. Quick reminder as well, let's not forget, tickets on sale to Union Jacks members for the game at Wembley Stadium. I'm going to keep talking about this. Jaguars.co.uk. It will allow you to get access as a member, and general sale starts Friday the 30th of May. So you can get your tickets to go see Jags Rams at Wembley Stadium. And speaking of Jaguars on the Prowl, one of the players coming over, Jags star linebacker Foye Oluokun, who caught up with earlier. Welcoming to Teal Talk, Foye Oluokun. How's it going, man?
Going great. Just got off the practice field. Good little day of practice. Now go and get ready to get study, go home, take a nap.
Looking forward to the nap.
Yeah,
That's straight in your mind. How's it been back in the Jags facility?
it's good. Good energy. We got the new coaches and everything. Cool being around the rookies, the new players and stuff. Just trying to right the ship, and there's a lot of good energy around the team right now. So just trying to take that in towards the rest of the off season, going into the regular season.
Well, you mentioned you got a new head coach there, a new DC as well. What's it been like with new people around in the building?
It's cool. Obviously after last year, we knew that things did not go the way that we wanted to. So I think a lot of people are open to, learning whatever the coaches want, just attacking things a little bit from a different little angle. Anything that's going to help us have a better outcome than last year. But everybody's kind of stuck on the process right now, trying to get better in terms of like the schemes and what we're learning so that we can all put it together and make it look good.
Is there anything that you can tell us about Liam Cohen that, fans might not know already?
Might not know, like what his personal type, or just how he is.
In general, what's it like? Anything that we might not know?
No, real intelligent, real bright, very personable. I like his humor. Maybe comes off depending on how you know him, maybe a little sarcastic and stuff. But everything is, I like his humor for real. If you can really understand it, so he's good.
Oh, that means we're going to love him in the UK.
Yeah.
If he's sarcastic, he's going to go down very well.
Yeah, he got that little side to him for sure.
Look, big news. You are back in the UK in just a few weeks' time, aren't you? For Jaguars on the Prowl, presented by Experience Kiss Me, in London on the 21st of June, Trailfinders Sports Club in Ealing. So you're going to be there. Louis Rees-Zammit is going to be there as well. The UK's own Louis Rees-Zammit. How excited are you to be back in the UK?
I'm excited. I love making the trip over there, spending some time over there. It's always fun to see that culture and that side of things. So I'm excited to make that trip, and then going along with Louis too. He can show me around some stuff that he knows. So I'm excited.
Is he sort of seen as the tour guide when you come over to the UK? Is he like
because last year I was hurt, so I was always stuck doing research and stuff. So I don't know if he's a tour guide, but I know he knows some stuff. So I'm excited to see what he's doing.
And I mean, it's going to be a great day as well because, there's going to be something for the whole family to enjoy. How amazing is it when you get to go out on the field with, young people that are playing American football, especially when it's, not in the US?
Oh, it's cool. I like going on the tours. Little show parts for answering questions. I like the energy that they all bring, and then when we do the little camps and stuff, everybody's so
Yeah.
excited. And I like seeing how the game is growing over there, or just seeing their eyes light up when I'm teaching them stuff and getting their juice up while playing. So it's a fun time.
Is there anything that you find that you are like desperate to do whenever you're over in the UK?
I don't think they're playing soccer or y'all football, huh?
Ah, you're gonna miss it. You are good. You've missed it by like a few weeks.
I like seeing sporting events, so or any type of event, stuff like that, like action. So that's what I want. I'll get back over there at some point in time.
Have
But
you been
really,
to any games over here in the UK?
a Fulham
Any?
game.
Yeah. How would you compare a Fulham game to like an NFL game?
I just like the atmosphere, that little cottage they
Yeah.
was putting in, but they packed it out. It's like in the middle of the neighborhood. So I was like, wow, that's so crazy that the support and fandom they get. And that was technically, I guess, a smaller team, but it's really their team. So that's really cool. I feel like up or down, all the people gonna be ride or die for them. So I like it.
For you as well, I hear that you're a big soccer fan, or football, as we would say on this side of
Yep.
the pond. Tell me about your history. You played a little bit when you were younger.
Yeah, I played a lot of bit. I played kind of year round. Growing up, I remember preschool all the way till through eighth grade. Traveled all around the country. Our team was ranked in the nation and all that. So kind of hard to believe, but I was a skinny little kid. Played a lot of sports, but soccer was the first sport, and my dad loved it. So we were dribbling or playing everywhere. Went to a couple like national camps and all that, U.S. identification camp and all that. But I think I just played a lot, and they morphed into club teams after eighth grade, and I just grew up playing so many sports. They said I could only play soccer. And I was not about that. I like playing everything. So a lot of my friends were playing football. My brother before me had moved to football in high school, so I kind of followed their path, and turned out to be the right path for me.
Yeah, I mean, what position did you play when you played soccer?
When I was really into it, so like because I played so many sports, like you can't, practice year round, but I was on the team doing everything. I started out midfield, then
Yeah.
I moved to striker, and then kind of by middle school, I was defender, just using my athleticism and my body positioning and stuff. But you don't have as many, you're not as technically sound as a midfielder when you're a defender, but I was still like more athletic and stuff. But yeah, we were really good. We were traveling everywhere, playing everywhere, winning all the time. It was fun.
Is there
But
like another branch of history where Foye Oluokun could be playing soccer right now?
I mean, I feel like if I really focus on it, I mean, it's hard because every time I start talking about other sports, nobody believes me. But yeah, if going around the guys I grew up around, you told them I played soccer, they understand it for sure. Yeah,
Is
we were
there a
really good.
is there a team that you supported, or is there like a someone that
Back
you
in the
modeled
day.
your
I was a
game on?
Barcelona fan,
Oh
Ronaldinho.
yeah.
That was my favorite player growing up. That was back when Wayne Rooney was on what Manchester United and
Mm.
Scholes and you know what I'm talking about.
Scholes, you just say?
Yeah, is that a person?
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Paul
know them.
Scholes. Of course, man.
Ferdinand,
I
Rio
mean, yeah.
Ferdinand.
Sorry?
Yeah, I said Rio Ferdinand. Was he on the team?
Rio Ferdinand played for Man United. Paul Scholes,
Yeah,
Wayne Rooney, yeah,
yeah,
all on
you
that
know
team.
them. Who's my boy? Cole, Ashley Cole.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm telling you now, I was like that. We was real big in soccer.
You're
Yeah.
just naming like every English player, so it makes me think that you've been following the England team,
No,
rather
but
than.
that's why I'm naming them to you though. But I was more,
Oh, okay, okay. Well, we
yeah.
could go through the Nigerian team if you want as well, but
I'm not, I was my dad loved them. I wasn't watching them like that. But
did you watch the US team then as well?
back in the day,
Yeah.
I
Well,
mean, nah. Landon,
yeah.
I want to nah. Landon Donovan. Everybody loved Landon Donovan. Who else we had? Kobe Jones. Was he a guy?
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. My US national
Oh,
team knowledge is not as good as my my England national
yeah.
team knowledge, to be honest with you. But that's cool, man. I mean, it's cool. It's nice to hear as well when, you know, um, sometimes you kind of think that, the US has American football, we've got football,
Mhm.
but when you hear, I mean, like, I'm doing my bit being into, American football, but it's great to hear when, professional athletes over in the US,
Yeah.
follow soccer a lot, especially,
Right.
when growing up. So, yeah, that's great. Um, so, yeah, so if I were to say for now, as a Liverpool fan myself, can you be an honorary Liverpool fan?
I
Or
already I promised my allegiance to somebody
you
last
got to
year.
be Fulham, I guess. It's got to be
Fulham.
Fulham.
Yeah, I
It's
like
got to be
Fulham.
Fulham. It's got to be Fulham.
Yeah, yeah.
Foye, thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I ask every player that I speak to from the Jags their opinion on the British food. I'm going to ask you.
Uh, shoot. Some restaurants are great. I know what I like to eat, so
I just think that
whatever I
whenever you
like.
ask someone a question, an opinion about something, and then there's that little pause, I feel like, that just says it
Because
all for you.
I know that even my dad, my dad's from Nigeria, so he got a lot of people up there in London and stuff. So even he don't like the food. So like going into it, I know that people not from there,
Yeah.
think the food is a little off. But every time I'm there, I find what I like to eat. So I never had a problem with the restaurants that I've been to.
There we go. That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to
Yeah,
hear for
that's
you.
great. I can
Um,
appreciate it.
you are back over in the autumn as well, of course, this October. Jags going to be playing the LA Rams. What was your reaction when the Rams were announced?
I'm happy they got to come over and play us. I feel like that's kind of our home away from home. So
Yeah.
kind of feel like you got an advantage being made the trip the past couple years for me. Um, yeah, I know it'll be a fun game. I know the Rams are always fun to play. I'm just excited to play them. Yeah,
Do you remember your first time playing a game over here for the Jags?
for the Jags.
Yeah.
hmm Against the Falcons, maybe.
Was it against the Falcons?
That was my old team. Now
Oh
I
yeah,
think,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
yeah, we won. It was
How
fun.
was it? How was it the whole experience then when you first came over?
So what happened was I came the year before for the Falcons,
Mm.
and that was so interesting. I forgot to sleep, so I was running on fumes and stuff. We won against the Jets that game, but I was tired. So the next time we came over, I was better. I was
You were
better.
better. You sort of planned it out a little bit
Yeah,
more.
planned
Planned
it
out a
out
little bit
better.
more.
Much better trip. Had a good game that game, and we stayed 2 weeks. So played them, and then we played the Bills. Or maybe I'm missing a year.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember playing the Falcons.
Um, I want to just like bring us back about a month as well, because obviously the Jags were sort of like the story of the NFL draft as well. In the first round. When did you watch the draft? Did you have like an initial reaction when Travis Hunter was drafted?
I did watch the draft. Yeah, I was happy. I was happy. I know he's a good kid. Actually from Georgia, so I knew him in high school a little bit. During COVID, we actually trained somewhat in the same gym, so I had seen him around. I haven't really interacted with him that much. But I see him like he's a humble kid, good work ethic and stuff. Obviously, he's blown up since then.
Mm.
Um, we're just excited about the talent that we're bringing to the team, really. And then I know our coaches have the utmost confidence in him, and I have the most confidence in our coaches to make sure he's implemented the right way. So, anytime you get a good, talented kid around and he's going to be used the right way, the sky's the limit. So I'm excited for him.
Look, lastly, Foye, this is just a general question, but I think that looking forward to what's going on next month, looking forward to the Jags coming in a few months' time against the Rams as well. Why should people in the UK become fans of the Jags if they aren't already?
We're embracing them as our home away from home. And we're over there a lot at the time. So I would, root for the team that's going to at least be playing there every year. We're embracing that we embrace the trip when we love the city every time we go over there. So we feel like, in terms of international games that are our home away from home, we're embracing it. So any fandom that wants to come out and be our fans, we're going to love you like we do the fans here in Duval.
That's what we want to hear. That's what we want to hear. Foye, thank you so much for joining Teal Talk today.
Appreciate you guys having me.
What a nice guy, Key. What a nice guy.
It's so lovely of him to put the playbook down long enough to come and chat to you.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, he's what you've had this conversation with him before, haven't you?
Constantly. When he was over here last year, every spare moment Foye had was studying the playbook. Unbelievable commitment to his role.
And remember, you can meet the man. You can meet the man, Key. Jaguars on the prowl, coming to London, presented by Experience Kiss Me, Saturday 21st of June at Trailfinders Sports Club in Ealing. So much going on. And of course, the two players that are confirmed so far, Foye Oluokun and Lewis Rees-Zammit. Key?
Do you know what? If it was just those two, how excellent would that be? But the fact that there's another player to yet be announced, even better. Like, let's all go.
Let's all go. Okay, time for the big question. So in the last couple of episodes, we spoke to Jamie Phillips, our International Fan of the Year. We announced to him on the podcast that he was going to the NFL draft. We spoke to him when he came back. He had an excellent time. Despite both me and Key making it extremely clear about our availability.
Sent in my calendar. For goodness sake.
Jamie just sort of sidestepped that a little bit and decided to take his mate Darron with him. So how did that happen? Who is Darron? Who is Darron? And what has he got that we have not?
Darron Abbott, my question to you is this week's big question. What juicy gossip have you got on Jamie Phillips that he chose you to go to Green Bay with him, please?
I have no idea. I wouldn't want to say anything. But it's probably the t-shirts.
Tell us about it. Remind us about the t-shirts because it's superb.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. Would you describe that? Can you describe the t-shirt to us?
Well, it's not the most flattering picture of Jamie. We managed his Facebook page. If you shouldn't have wanted to use put things on Facebook, should he?
Exactly.
So it's a big photo of Jamie, isn't it? Taking up. I'm gonna be conservative and say about 2/3 of the whole T-shirt, and then says Jaguars International Fan of the Year 2025. Darren, were you wearing that at the draft then?
Yes, there is actually a photo circulating where I actually have my photo taken with the commissioner, Roger Goodell, wearing it.
Oh my goodness!
Absolutely super.
So Jamie's seen this photo, right?
Yes, of course he has.
And what was his reaction to that?
I think he was a little shocked that while he was on the stage, Roger Goodell came down. He was making his draft pick. There I was having my photo taken with him.
So Jamie has sort of had a photo with Roger Goodell. His face has, anyway.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Can you give us your highlight of your draft experience, Darren? Because obviously Jamie's given us his.
It was the whole friendliness. We got over there and it was the English accent. Everybody was shouting Duval to us. Mm-hmm. We were responding. By the Friday evening, Jamie had lost his voice. I certainly had. But it was just the fact that everybody was shouting Duval. When obviously it was English, everybody was coming up to us and talking to us. Photographs taken. The number of people that, can we have your photos with you? We actually made the Green Bay Times pull out supplement, me and Jamie. We're actually in that, in our Jag shirt. So we made quite an impression. So it was the overall friendliness. Everybody in Green Bay was wonderful to us. It really was a fantastic experience. The draft was wonderful, but it was that experience of going to what I would call probably the real America rather than a big city.
And somewhere that, you I don't know if you've been there before, Darren, but you might not have ever anticipated going to be fair.
Until I actually got on the plane that Tuesday morning, I'd actually never left the country.
Wow, this was your first trip abroad and you got to go to the draft?
Yep. Wow. Jamie sent me a message saying, have you got a passport? I sent him one back saying, no, I hadn't got a passport at that time.
Wow.
So you had to rush to get a passport because it wasn't that long notice, was there? I know passports can sometimes take a little while to get. So you must have been in a rush to make sure that you could actually go.
Well, first of all, he sent the message. I just said to my wife, I think I might be going to America. And she just sat there laughing at me. So it's a case of rushing off to Asda, the nearest place to get a photo taken, getting it.
I was going to say, Asda do passports now. This is supermarkets these days.
Well, no, it's all done electronically where you sit there, they email you the photo. It's all done electronically, and thankfully, but this was on the Saturday. By the following Saturday, I got the passport in my hand. It was amazing. A bit nerve-wracking to start with.
I'm not surprised, to be honest with you. I mean, I'd be fretting that it wouldn't come in time or whatever. But I mean, you managed to get there, and it's just what an experience to go to your first NFL event over in the US, your first trip abroad. I mean, what a bucket list thing to tick off, Darren.
It was an experience of a lifetime, of course. It'll never happen again. I'm not sure why Jamie really picked me. I will always be in his debt for it. but we had a fantastic time. And I think one of the comments Vicky's wife did make, and this is going to make you chuckle, she did say, "Why are you taking Darren? He's a good bit older than you." But we won't mention about the nights when we got back to the hotel. He was knackered and he went off to bed. And I stayed in the bar with the rest of them. Jamie was a lightweight.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Incredible.
That's funny. Did you manage to meet up with a load of other Jags fans then?
There weren't actually that many Jags fans in attendance. I think that's why me and Jamie stood out, and we got a lot of the shouts to Duval. There's majority Green Bay Packers, of course. But I think with me and Jamie, and we did make the effort that was wearing the Jags gears all the time to show people that the Jags were represented.
Absolutely. Darren, can you tell us how you first got into being a Jags fan?
2016. I had a friend whose son wanted to go to watch an NFL game. I was getting fed up with Premier League football after being a season ticket holder at a team that wears red for several years. And I just managed to get tickets. We got on the train, went down to London. I've never actually watched a game before, television, anything. So in the Premier League, the home team's always listed first. So I picked the Jacksonville Jaguars thinking I was picking the away team.
You thought you were going with the underdog or something.
We beat the Colts that day. I can't remember the exact score, but I know we beat the Colts, and it's grown from there.
I always think it's quite amazing to think back to the fact that was less than 10 years ago. So within the space of 10 years, you went from never watching an NFL game ever, to go into the NFL draft in Green Bay.
I'm sure there's a lot of people very envious.
Yeah, you're speaking to two of them right now, Darren. Come on.
Well, that's why I just mentioned it.
Yeah. Oh, incredible. I mean, is there a way that you could just sort of, sum up your experience, I suppose, in a couple of sentences to, to make us just feel that tad more envious?
You should really go. It's a fantastic experience.
All right, Darren. Okay. Appreciate you, Darren. Yeah, appreciate that. Thank you. No, I mean, it's incredible. And as you say, you managed to represent the Jags as well and represent the UK too. So I suppose the last question we could ask, Key, is, well, what have you got, Darren? What have you got for Jamie to say thanks?
I don't know. As I said, I don't know how I can repay him. Jamie's been
quite... You take the T-shirt off for a start, Darren.
No. He loves it, really.
Sure I
don't know whether you're aware, but I did organise a trip over to the Nottingham Panthers to the ice hockey. And he walks into the pub and there's 9 of us all sat there wearing them. It was a bit of a shock to him. So he loved it, really, especially when we was all sat there in the arena wearing these T-shirts. We had to do it, didn't we?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Part of the trip was I was there also to represent Jamie as the International Fan of the Year for the Jaguars. I was there to support him and make his time as memorable as I can. And I'm seeing it that even before he took the offer to take me to Green Bay, I look at it that we've got to make his year special. We've got other things planned for him as the year goes along. We've got to make him special. He's a really nice guy. He supported me through after my cancer diagnosis last year. He was there for me, and I know he would have been there for Tracy, my wife, if she needed him. So he's a great guy. So I've got to make the year special for him, haven't I?
That's excellent, man. That's excellent. He couldn't have chosen anyone better to take with him, Darren, honestly.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the compliment.
Yeah. Oh, Darren, it's quite touching. It makes you feel a little bit emotional, actually, to be honest with you. And I think that's a really nice way of putting it, because you're not only celebrating the Jags or the Jags in the UK, but really you're celebrating the person as well. And
I like the fact that it's International Fan of the Year as well. It's not just for that one moment. It's a whole year. Yeah, let's celebrate him.
Let's keep celebrating him. Yeah, absolutely. Darren, you are the first fan that we have spoken to since the LA Rams has been announced the opponent against the Jacksonville Jaguars at Wembley Stadium. What is your take on that fixture?
Really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be quite a good matchup. I'm really looking forward to seeing, of course, Travis Hunter. But the one name that came out the draft I'm quite looking for is, Caleb Branshaw. So
nice.
Tulane's Caleb Branshaw. Let's go Greenway.
Oh,
Yeah.
Darren, you've done it. You've mentioned Tulane. Well done.
Sorry, it's just that I watch a bit of the college footballs and pickup, but I think he looks quite an exciting pickup. I really do. All the hype's going to be about Travis, but I think he's really going to be one of the stars.
So I agree. I think he comes across really well. I like his attitude. He's got a bit of sass to him, which is nice.
Yeah. So I'm just looking forward to it. I got my tickets last Monday. I was sat there waiting for, as soon as we could get the tickets, got my tickets for Wembley. Really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fantastic matchup. Really good day out in London again. And once again, we'll have one or two surprises for Jamie.
Yes, that's
we'll
it.
be looking out for you. That's
absolutely.
Great. So, Darren, I'm looking at your background and I'm very interested. For those that are watching on YouTube, you can see it. But for those that can't see it, Darren, can you talk us through what's going on your wall, please?
Well, Jamie Phillips very kindly got me into the Game 1 jerseys. The black one is Keelan Cole from the Washington Commanders now. And the fascination with match 1 then grew. Luckily, then we've got the white
Tell me
one.
They're sealed, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Then, of course, the one is a Josh Allen, you've got to have one of the Josh Allens if you can get one, can't you? And it's a lovely one with the captain's patch. Managed to get that, and at the open practice last year, he very kindly signed it, and there's a little photo of him signing it in the frame. Super. And so, of course, you've got to have one of each colour then, haven't you? To display a teal, white and black. And the teal one is actually James Robinson's last ever game for the Jaguars. So
wow,
that is quite a prize possession, because I thought James Robinson was a fantastic player. Picked up as a undrafted free agent, fantastic servant. Shame that's what's happened to him, but there's those. And much to my wife's annoyance, there is a storage tub over there with another 28 Game 1 jerseys in it.
Oh, wow.
Just to be clear, you've got
Game
3
1 jerseys than wall space.
Incredible. Yeah, I was thinking you got 3 behind you, and I was thinking, I'm pretty jealous about that. You got 28
others
in a tub. Oh my goodness! Do you rotate them?
No. I've had those framed. I've got to get. I've got a nice Logan Cook one with the captain's patch. I was going to say.
So yeah, who else have you got, or are they all Andrew Wingards?
And unfortunately, I haven't got an Andrew Wingard. We got Jamie one the other week. We managed to get Jamie one as a little prezi for International Fan of the Year. Logan Cook. I can't remember them all now. Got a couple of Logan
you've got a lot when you just don't know who you've got, know.
And another one that I've got to get framed up, we managed to get one of the Colour Rush. The mustardy coloured ones. I've got one of those. So it's quite a nice little collection, but my wife blames Jamie for me spending all my money on the jerseys.
Darren, that's so good. As I say, thank you so much for joining Teal Talk.
Thank you very much. I'll catch up with you in Wembley.
Yeah, fantastic. For sure. Cheers, Darren. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your day. Cheers. Thing is, Key, I get it now.
Yeah.
I get it. I get why Jamie chose Darren.
Yeah.
Instead of us. I understand
I would much rather go to Green Bay with Darren than you. Yeah.
Well, you could have put it in a different way, I suppose. Right, sort of spared my feelings slightly, I suppose. But it's but still, I mean, it sounds like Darren had a heck of a time.
I love their friendship. How great is that? Like the jerseys, the emotional support, all of that. I just thought that's great.
And the fact that he has 31
I mean,
Game 1 jerseys,
more than half a roster. That's
think about how much sweat he has in that tub.
No, I won't. Thank you.
No, I choose not to. Cheers to Darren, though. That was great. That was amazing to speak to him. Key.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's about it for today, isn't it?
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, we could just go to Green Bay.
This is not enough.
You know what? We could just, call each other and just have a catch up.
We could just record it for the sake of it.
Oh no, I just meant it as friends, but all right, whatever. You hurt my feelings twice in the space of about a minute and a half.
This is purely business to me, Jay. Purely business.
Exactly. Key, all right, we are back at the end of June, aren't we? At the end of June.
Sir.
So I will speak to you then, and not a second before.
No, do not text me. Don't even think about me, please.
Yeah. If you are watching on YouTube, remember we are a podcast that you can go listen to wherever you get your podcast. And of course, if you're listening to the audio version of this, you can go subscribe on YouTube as well. This has been a Shoot and Shot production for Jacksonville Jaguars in the UK and Ireland in partnership with Gallagher. We'll be back at the end of June.